Hey everyone, this is Nick from Mecha Warehouse, and today we're back with weekly update number 119. Let's just jump in, kick things off with weekend review, so we talk about what's been going on this week, things that are coming up, all that good stuff. And first up, I think I can confidently say that we are now caught up. We filmed this on Thursday. As of this morning, we have a very manageable number of orders. By the end of the day today, we'll be caught up to our typical standard, which means that any order placed before noon on the same day is packed the same day. That's always our goal. Sometimes it's not possible when we have peaks and stuff. Obviously, when we get totally buried like we were, it doesn't happen because we were totally buried and there's only so many orders we can pack, a day or an hour or whatever. But we're caught up, so that's good. Expect with daily deals and stuff like that, we'll have more orders than we have right now, and then through the weekend we'll see what happens. It's actually a kind of a good time for us to be caught up. Brooke goes on vacation, I think, next week. David's on vacation next week. Brooke's on vacation most of the month, I think. So we're going to be a little bit short-staffed. Dylan's out on Monday, so it's going to be fun next week. But it's a good week to be back in control, because that means that whatever that means, not having that help for those days, we should be able to hopefully manage it and recover far better than we would have, say, 2 weeks ago when we were behind by hundreds of orders trying to get caught up. So that's good. Excited about that. It means that members of the team will be able to work today on things like cleaning up and reorganizing the warehouse. We've had to kind of put a lot of that kind of maintenance stuff on hold, just trying to put all of our resources towards getting caught up. There's a lot of stuff in these pallets, for example, that can be condensed, moved up onto the top of the shelves where cases maybe were brought down and broken open while we were catching up, and things that are on the shelves that can get rearranged, restocked, all that kind of stuff, and try to condense and make room for our next shipment when that comes in the next few weeks. Our next big shipment anyway. We're going to need space for it. We probably couldn't receive a truckload today if one were to show up, and we need to be ready for one soon. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. Kind of on that same note, we're going to be doing a Gundam wing sale this weekend. People were asking when we were doing the daily deals about being able to get a deal on all the wing master grade kits. So we're going to do MG wing kits. There's going to be 2 different discounts. 1 or more will be 10% off, and 3 or more will be 15% off. So if you need to fill out the rest of your MG wing collection, if you need to start your MG wing collection, this will be an excellent time. Not quite the 20%, but because those orders are going to be bigger, we often pay far more than our flat rate shipping charge when we ship things. And it's just really hard to do a 20% off and actually make any money. Usually when especially with bigger orders. Smaller orders we can do okay at sometimes. So that's kind of why we're where we're at with all that kind of stuff. So doing the Gundam Wing sale. If there are discount codes, they'll be down here. I'm going to try to set up to be automatic just to avoid the, hey, I used the wrong code and all that kind of confusion. But I'll try to get that set up. If there is a code, if I couldn't make that happen, it's on the screen somewhere here, and that'll hopefully help you out with that. There are no restocks this week, so I'll talk about that when we get to the restock section, I guess. We got a few small orders that are on their way. I think one arrives on Friday and a couple others arrive early next week. And then obviously the next big Bandai shipment will be hopefully in the next few weeks as we get ready to receive another big truckload and make progress on that. We're also, I mentioned that we got this little bit of downtime because we're caught up and we're trying to reorganize things. The packing station is assembled. It's basically ready to go. We're going to be rearranging the whole packing station area to slide things over and make room to put in a 3rd permanent packing station. So I'm looking forward to having that in there. And now we're going to have the functional capacity packing wise to scale up when we have these peaks, and we're hopefully going to be gradually able to expand the team to the point where we'll be able to handle that like all the time as kind of demand increases and the like. The final big thing is the mystery box. So last Friday we announced our February mystery box. This is our second. We did one back in January. It was really popular. It sold out super fast. and for good reason, I think. In that box, we had a high-grade kit and a bunch of accessory packs to go with it, and I think people enjoyed being surprised. This time, the theme is Kyokai Senki, which is basically aim warrior at the borderline. Another series, not Gundam. A lot of the kits were very well regarded when they came out. I think a lot of people have forgotten about the line, and I'm excited to do this mystery box. We've got some, we'll just say, I'm excited about what's going to be in there. I think people are going to be blown away at what's going to be in the box. For the price point especially, it's a little bit more expensive than the last one. Ultimately, we want to do mystery boxes as a subscription in the future, or at least have that be an option for a deeper discount. I'm still trying to figure out the technology side of that and making that possible. And so as a result, we're still doing them one-off. This box is a little more expensive. It's listed at $65. You get $5 off as you pre-order it, so it'll be $60. And believe me when I say you'll get a lot more than $60 worth of kit in the box, or kits in the box. In addition to that, we received a whole bunch of Kyokai Senki promo water slide decals that were sent to us to use for however we wanted to promote Kyokai Senki stuff. So we're going to be putting one of those in with each of these boxes as well. They're not available for sale anywhere, at least not in the US. I don't think they were ever offered for sale. They're not something that we could order. But this will be a good way to get those and kind of add it to your collection with these other kits as well. And then I guess the last thing that I kind of wanted to talk about is it's February, which means Old Dominion Open is February 25th, I think, this year. It's like the last weekend in February. Flight's already booked. Really looking forward to heading down to Virginia for that. So if you're in the area, definitely consider going out to that show. I'll have more details about my trip as we get closer. But if you're there, I'd love for you to stop by and say hello. I'm going to be bringing some good stuff with me, I think. So that's it for Week in Review. Let's do pre-orders. Okay, so we have 6 new pre-orders in addition to that mystery box. It's on the pre-order page as well, so you can grab that. But we got 6 new pre-orders, all from Kotobukiya. There were 3 new MSG, so Mecha Supply or Mecha Support Goods, that they came out with, 26, 27, and 22. So these are all expansion armor type E, gray, black, and I guess the last one doesn't have a color specified, but it's like a white and blue kind of combination. And these basically essentially amount to like armor skirt parts. They're pictured on the listings from Koto as being used for like frame arms girls and that kind of stuff. So if you wanted to add, Gundam type skirts to a mecha girl kind of thing, that might be an interesting thing for you. They also have 3 other MSGs that came out as well. The Gigantic Arms Bicorn, so it's basically like a horse with 2 horns, aka bicorn. The Gigantic Arms Dark Bird, which is a bird looking thing. Would probably make some good bird wings if you were to use it as parts with something else. In fact, I think it's pictured using them as kind of wings or feather type details on a frame arms kit. And then finally, the MSG Gigantic Arms Rapid Raider / Violet version. It looks like a motorcycle. Might be cool with some of the Mecha Girls, Frame Arm Girls, etc. Or for anything else for that matter. I mean, it's ultimately what you decide to do with it and how you want to build it that matters. So there's a lot of possibilities there. Some cool accessory sets there, essentially. So that's it for pre-orders this week. Restocks is next. Like I said, restocks, we don't have any restocks this week. We've got some stuff coming. Next week we'll have some. We've got some stuff that's about to start shipping and things like that. And the next Bandai restock will be a big one, most likely. We're trying to make sure we got the room to be able to receive a large shipment. It makes much more sense economically to ship these larger shipments, helps us keep our prices lower. It causes a few delays here and there, but it's been working out in a lot of ways. So looking forward to that. And since restocks are quick and easy, let's move on to Q&A. So this is the part where I answer questions from you, the viewer. If you have a question you want answered, post it down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer it next week. First up, The Winged Woods, what is your holy grail Gundam kit that has never been made or you just never have been able to get in hand? So I'll focus on the never been made because I think I've answered the other question recently and frequently. So I'll focus on the kit that's never been made. And I think the one kit that I wish they'd make the most out of everything would probably be an MG Leo kit. I think that would be awesome. I think there'd be demand for it. Be nice to be able to have a Leo or two to go side by side with any of the other MG wing kits to be the adversary, so to speak. I think that would be awesome, and it would probably do really well. There's some other wing kits I love. An HG Ares, an HG Virgo, a Taurus would be cool too. I'm less into that design, but those are all I would definitely spend money on it as soon as I knew that they were available. Great question. Next up, Adam Champo. Have you ever carried or plan to carry any of the Mr. Hobby, Mr. Super Clear spray cans? Also, what would be the equivalent product that you have in stock for use with an airbrush? So we do not have and have not carried basically any sprays. I think the only thing that we've carried that's technically been a spray is the Gundam Marker airbrush. It comes with a can of compressed air that you can use with it. We will at some point carry spray cans. In the past, it's been partially just because of trying to make sure we understand the regulations for shipping cans. It's not as big a deal as I thought it would be, but I want to make sure that we have that understood before we start doing it. And then two, it's just a space thing. Carrying a bunch of smaller paints is easy because they don't take up that much space. Spray cans take up a lot more space, and trying to have a plan for how we're going to store and organize those is important. As far as equivalent, I haven't used a lot of Mr. Hobby stuff. I think there is, let me look it up real quick, see if I can see if we have a super clear in a bottle. I don't think we have all of them in stock, but in the C100 to C189 Mr. Color set, if you search on mechawarehouse.com, there is a semi-gloss super clear. Looks like it's out of stock right now. Not sure we're getting that back in. There's a flat clear semi-gloss super clear gray color, which also is in stock. I think that's just a clear with a slight tint to it. So those would be good. I think there are other top coat options from other manufacturers as well. I'm not sure if we're out yet of the Gaia clears, the top coats from them. I personally use the Vallejo Mecha top coats. They're not lacquers, so they might not be what you're looking for if you're looking for the Mr. Hobby stuff, but those might be options as well as you look for an option. Okay. Next up, 0195. If they ever made an MG Full Mechanics Maganac, would you buy and build a full core like you did with the HG kit? Absolutely not. That was painful to do the HG set. I mainly did it because it was a full set. They had all the extra parts you needed to customize and make the other ones, and it just seemed like it would be kind of cool to do. It was expensive. It was a lot of money. It was a lot of time. I want to paint them all someday, and it's going to take me forever to do that because it's going to be such a monstrous task. Maybe when I retire or something, or can take like a week off and just do nothing but paint for a week or something. Fingers crossed that I can make that happen at some point. I would definitely buy multiple of them if they were available though. So Bandai, if you're listening, maybe go make a Maganac kit. That would be cool. Maybe kind of second place to that Leo, because that would be an awesome kit, really. Okay, and last up, Plastic Germs. Question, what are your inspirations when building a model kit and in life? So I guess when I'm building a model kit, I would say that my inspiration is anything that I've seen that I feel like is good. You know, I go to these model shows and I see at an IPMS event, I see some amazing builds from people, and I want to emulate that finish, the weathering, the customization. I want to try to get like that. As far as life, I don't know if I have any straight up inspirations. Gary Vee in a lot of ways has been kind of a role model in the marketing side of things and just running a business perspective. I think he's got a lot of good ideas, and I'm trying to think who else I would reference, but basically just anybody that I see that performs and treats people kindly and all that kind of stuff. One other question, fun question: what movie or movies would you recommend to others? Movies. Okay, I'm gonna go with a couple of ones that I've seen recently. I'm not like a huge movie buff or anything, but there's definitely watch movies fairly regularly. We do family movie nights, so a lot of the movies we watch have been kids movies, or at least kid-friendly movies. So recently, though, we watched Bumblebee, great movie, and anybody who's into mech stuff would like it. I liked it way more than any of the Michael Bay, like other Transformers movies. Just the visual style, and it was a good story. I really enjoyed it. And then most recently with the kids, we watched two. It was Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. They're both animated kids movies. They've got a pretty serious cast, and they're quite funny. There's some good comedy in there. My wife and I both enjoyed it, even though they're clearly geared towards kids. But if you got kids, definitely worth a watch. And even if you don't, and you're just looking for something fun, it might not be the worst. And I think that's it for questions. So thank you all for your questions. If you have a question you want answered, post it down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer it next time. Thank you for watching. See you next week.